peeps. Ross England here with Clear Lake Guide Service, welcoming you back to another week of fun and frivolity about Clear Lake. Yeehaw! Sorry we missed you last week. We actually hoped that we were going to be able to bring you a report from a new destination, but let's just say we had a good time, but it didn't work out that well. So for the most part, what ended up happening is we just ended up skipping a week's reports. Hope you missed me. We have our guests out here today, which I'll slip in here somewhere if I can. The retired ladies of the house, Debbie, G-Dog, down here hiding under the console. Yes, she's still around, and yes, she does make an appearance once in a while. So here we go. Oh, come here. Oh, no. She is still around. She started out the day with a swim off the dock, not on purpose. She's enjoying her retired life. Okay, I believe today is September 28th, the last report for September. As you can see behind me, I'll tell you what, the fall weather, the end of summer has come, fall weather's kicking in, and there's some really, really nice days out here. I can't say that fishing's changed a whole lot, although I guess it's a little bit more consistent that we actually are finding fish. It's just we're still working hard to catch them. So let's go with the conditions. Lake level. The big picture is we're at 2.5 right now, plus 2.5, down from, for the month, an exact foot. A month ago it was plus 3.8, so, or 3.5. So we've dropped a foot in a month. When I looked at it for this last week, it looked like it dropped about 2 inches or so, so not much. Plenty of water. Water temperature, we started out in a backwater area today that was about 69 degrees up on the upper end of the lake, and right now doing this report I found it to be 74. So it's been between, we'll just call it 70 on the nose and 73, 74 degrees. We've had some cold mornings, and that's what's doing the job. Water conditions are actually pretty darn good. I've only been out 2 days in the last week and a half, and today we've spent our time on the upper end of the lake. The water's nice. I could see maybe a foot and a half, a couple places maybe 2 feet, a couple other places maybe only a foot. So ran into no algae, ran into very little weeds, at least where we were. Obviously, if you're in other parts of the lake, you can find different circumstances, but we spent our day today up on what we call, for those of you who are new to Clear Lake, we call this the upper end of the lake, but it's actually the western bowl. You know, fishing between the west shore and the north shore. So that includes State Park, County Park, Lakeport, Nice, Lucerne. So that's where we were today. That's the kind of watercolor that we saw. It actually looks pretty doggone nice for this time of year. So we got clear, yeah, that was it. That was it for the conditions. As far as the fishing's concerned, Jim and I were out previous to today and had probably the best day that we've had in a long time. We didn't catch a lot of fish, but just like today, the fish that we've caught are really solid, nice fish. You know, 3 to 5.5 pound fish. Just, you know, I feel like if I can come out here and catch 5 fish, I'm gonna have 18, 19 pounds plus. and that's if I just don't get a good one. If I can get a good one, it's going to bump up from there. And I think that's what's going to happen with these upcoming tournaments that are going to happen. So, speaking of tournaments, next Friday and Saturday, the ABA TOC Northern Championship, or whatever they call it, kicks off. I'm sure it's out of Lakeport, so it's different from a lot of these events because Friday is the kickoff day. So it's a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday. Then I don't believe the next event the following weekend is New Gen. I know for a fact the New Gen, when I looked at their roster or team list, they had 128 teams qualified. They will fish Saturday and Sunday. I'm sure it's probably out of Lakeport again. And they have two official, I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, and then half a day Friday they have for official practice. So don't quote me on that because I really don't care what the tournament is doing. I'm just trying, those of you who are trying to come up here and have a good time.
Isn't that this weekend?
No, it's the next weekend. ABA is this coming weekend.
Right.
So anyway, we've got 2 big ones in a row. The lake is going to get pounded, which, you know, is typical for this time of year. It kind of slacks off a little bit starting the following week. So you just got to get through these 2 weeks, and then you'll be able to come up here and enjoy some good weather and nice calm lake, hopefully, and some good fishing. So, you know, I kind of stuck with a reaction bait today, and it served me well early, and then it didn't serve me well the rest of the morning. And I really only brought out 2 reaction bait rods, so I finally picked up a drop shot rod and caught 2 fish, 2 decent fish today. But man, they were sure far apart. So we'll see what happens. You know, I'm expecting to see some really good weights come in because it's just what always happens this time of year. Somebody always stumbles on them. The one thing that I can say is over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'm talking to more and more people who have actually caught fish and not come out here and blanked. So I do think the bite's improving. It's not everywhere. It's definitely related to, unlike me, it's definitely related to finding a patch of fish and working them over. The majority of the fish that we've been catching, we just have to cover a lot of water, and it's kind of a little bit junk fishing. You know, you catch one here, catch one there, but at the end of the day, they all add up. So that is going to be my report for this week. Those of you who might be competing in the next 2 weeks, good luck to you. Be safe. Take care of each other. And remember, there's other places to get information. You know, Bob Tyler down out of Clear Lake Oaks puts out a regular report, which includes a little bit of fishing. Christian Ostrander, he just put out a new report, way shorter, but at least he talks about some of his guide trips. So there's more and more information coming out that you guys can kind of pick and choose and glean, you know, who you want to listen to and what information you're looking at. But the good news is nowadays there's just a lot more information available for you. So before you pack up the truck and head over the hill to get here, you kind of have an idea what you're getting into. So we will talk to you next week. Thanks.
Bye.
Well, if any of you were wondering whether these guys are still biting or not, yeah, they are. I don't know, this one is 14 pounds. Okay.